We got one more real quick topic we want to drop your way. Something I'm kind of ticked off about is this new celebration, the gun pointing, the airing out kind of celebration. In my opinion, it is terrible for college football. And for those of you that don't know what it is we are talking about, a little bit of this. It's I mean, if you can see, even the coaches doing it's just not a good look. Like it's not for me, man. Like, what do you think, Nate? Because I can't stand it.
I think that's a bit over. That's a big over excessive. You know, if you just did a simple point to the camera, you know, I'm all for the other celebrations, but you know, stuff like that, when especially we already kind of have some issues in this country and in society.
Right.
I think it's all about being aware. I look, I get it. You know, you know, football. You know, people, you know, trash talking, celebrations, all that. But I think there is, I think there should be awareness on stuff like that.
Nate. We talking about, and I wish I had the other. Matter of fact, let me see if I show this clip that has the full clip. Let me see if this part has it. That's
okay.
I mean, come on, like this type of stuff, like that's egregious, man. That's
no, that first one where the guys on the ground, that should have been a flag. That should have been unsportsmanlike conduct. He should have got a warning and be ejected. I will say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, even in the NFL, they're cracking down on that too. Darius Slayton, I think was actually what he got called for it. Oh my gosh, who else? I think he plays for Josh Downs for the Colts. He got the same thing. It's not a good look, and especially again, the stigma behind that too. It's again, I think guys have to be a little bit more smart. Even if you just do a simple point gesture, just keep it pushing. You know,
I got no problem with all of this stuff. I got no problem with the dance, and I got no problem with all that.
Right.
But when you're sitting here and you're acting out, cocking a shotgun and shooting and unloading a shotgun on somebody after you tackle them, miss me with all that. Take that stuff somewhere else. Yo, Perry, shout out live from Vegas. Appreciate you, man. Raiders should have traded everyone for Daniels. Hey. I understand. To your point, celebrations are good. I guess in some instances it can go too far, but love them. No, I feel you, man. I feel you. I think most celebrations show intensity. Yeah. Oh, I get it. Oh, and it proved it to that point. It proves the point. Like if I sit there and cock that on you, pow, I blew you away. That's getting to the point. I'm telling you how I feel. But I just think it's egregious for me. It's a little bit egregious.
But also too, in that instance, if you do that to me and I respond back and score on the next possession, or I have a teammate that would do that to you to say what you did, don't feel some kind of way about that. Because it's almost like, don't think, because opponents will remember that kind of stuff. There was actually a video. It was a high school football. It was a high school championship football team, and the quarterback had his hands behind his back. Obviously, you could tell it's a rivalry, and he wouldn't shake it. The opponent, the opposition, had their hands out, for shake your hand. Referee was like, "Look, this is your first warning, unsportsmanlike. Next one, I'm throw you out the game." I think there is a level of respect you should have for your opponents in a game, but stuff like those clips you show, that's a bit much. So because you already seen like it's getting penalized in NFL. So I'm surprised it's not gotten penalized in college and high school football, because it needs to be.
It's getting there. It's getting to that point. It's getting to that point. Everybody talks smack. Yep, the very best Larry Bird. He backed it up. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It's getting to that point where it's just like, all right, now some of these things, it's one thing if we're doing the gritty and doing the dance or whatever, but when you're enacting a violent act like that, that's, kicking down the door and shooting up, it's too much, man. It's too much,
no.
So
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.